Greetings and welcome to EnergizeUtv Season 7, Episode number 16. Are you exhausted from pretending you are fine? Tired of hiding invisible pain and trauma? So glad you're here to join me in some of my journey past chronic illness, abuse, and bankruptcy to the power of self-love. Now, every week we take this beautiful theme from the Ignite book. And in the Ignite book, it is raise your energy in 30 seconds or less naturally so you shine with more energy, joy, and abundance. So get your copy. Come along with us every week with the Shine On, because this week we are, and it's huge. That's why this week we're talking about sacred self-love. And that is our foundation today. And the sacred awakening, the path to radiance. And you know what? We're going to welcome the beautiful light worker and intuitive human design expert and author, Sarah Sunshine Garrison, who will show us the path to self-acceptance and love. You know, it's time for your self-awakening to stop fighting yourself and your body and start what? Healing. And thank you, chat fingers already on there. I see everybody coming on. Thank you so much. Now, these are going to be writer-downers that she's going to be giving us because she's an expert in the field of that self-love. So get your pencils out. Also, go get your water because you know I'm the water pusher and I'm also the breath pusher every morning on Facebook and Instagram. I love to come on there and just say, good morning. Please take a breath. Drink your water because I love you so much. So if you haven't already followed, go ahead and follow me. And so, you know what? There's even more than just that segment with the amazing Sarah. We also have the favorite is the exciting crystal connection where you learn about a crystal of the week. And then the next is the beauty of the energy awareness. We learn about energy and understand energy. And I hear that's one of the faves. And then also one of the top picks is the energy clearing and reset, where I'm going to help you to conduct and remove and release and then reset your energy. And then a favorite pick, again, of many of the listeners and watchers is the Reiki for Life, where we'll talk about Reiki and the benefits and how it relates to self-love and the theme that it goes in. It's always very exciting. So with that being said, the next part is the beauty of the highly requested, is the personal calibration and the transmission at the end when we're going to help you reprogram with the transmission. I'm brilliant at that, so I can't wait for that. And you know what? You are here because you want to get unstuck. You want to awaken your gifts and really step into that love. So go ahead and be kind and send it out to everyone. Send it out to your mom, your sister, your family, your friends, because they want to know, hey, how can they get more energy also? So with that being said, I would love to share with you from my book right here, the Shine On book, about love and what the quote is on love and what I had to say about it. So, you know, this book, the Shine On, and yes, that's Shine, and many of you remember Shine. She left the planet way too early, but you know, it was her time to go, so she left the planet. So let me see. I apologize I don't have it ready for us, but oh well, we can wait a second. And here we go. It is, let's see. Oh my goodness. Everybody take a drink. Take a breath. There we go. Take a breath. Beautiful. And take a big, deep breath. There we go. And here is the quote. The shine of a smile is a simple act of shared love. So put a smile on your friend and everybody will shine with such beautiful love and light. That's the quote from there. And then we took that out of there. So as we move on right now, we're going to go right into the energy awareness section. That is always a fave of so many, because what science tells us that everything is energy. Everything moves in energy and frequency. We've known this. That's quantum physics and understanding that. And because everything is energy, I love this by Einstein, because Einstein said, and I quote, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed, and that is the big point of this. Now, you might be going, well, what is energy exactly? What is that? And I get that a lot. When you walk into a room, if your stomach drops, that's energy. Say that you're with somebody, a lot of people say it's me, and you're not kind of in that lower vibration, or you're kind of like, and then you hang out with me and all of a sudden your energy is rising. Vibration is vibration, and that is energy. And remember, you have a bubble around you. And we can call it an aura, right? We can call it an aura. We could call it also, by science, it is a biofield and your personal energy bubble. And that is the important part of the biofield, is to understand that you are resonating all the time with your energy field. That's important because everything is energy. And that biofield is what your emotions are, what you're bringing into. So remember that. And also that your heart, yes, the heart has an electromagnetic field 5,000 times greater than the brain. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So it's important to note that energy and that vibrational field of that energy bringing around you is real. And we can call it an aura if we wanted to. And then we can also call it what? That vibrational and the emotional vibrational frequency chart. This is real. These numbers are relative, but looking at this, the guilt, shame, blame, fear, trying too hard, coulda, shoulda, woulda, all of those things down in that anger, all of that is a lower vibration. As you bring it up, your vibration into reason, acceptance, love, joy, grateful, gratitude, and then also that peace and compassion. When you bring that up, you feel better. And people will say, Angel, they know that I'm in chronic pain all the time, being diagnosed with lupus, fibromyalgia, arthritis, Sjogren's, Epstein-Barr syndrome, also neuropathy in my hands and my feet. How do I keep that vibration? How am I in this energy field of this joy? Because I keep myself in that joy, that appreciation and gratitude. Making it, helping others to do that, what happens is it brings the vibration up. And you actually feel better. And your aura, the aura around you changes, and people are magnetized to you. And it's helpful because remember something, and please remember something. You are an energy conductor because you're conducting your energy all the time. And that kind of goes into what I do, because one of the things that I get to do is that I am an event energy conductor at events like this one. And this was a virtual event with the beautiful Amber Golden that I was hired to be that energy conductor. And I guide the invisible energy of people, spaces, and events. And as I move, because remember, like a musician conductor with an orchestra, you can learn to do this in your own way also. And then I've also done it in live over here at eWomen Network Phoenix at Third Chapter. They invite me to come and do that. Also, these two gentlemen in their Breakthrough Experience 2-day live, they hired me also to come in and hold space. And many of these participants were so excited that I was there. It was really wonderful. And remember something, tune your energy. Feel like an instrument to master your reality. Yes. And this is important because this is the exciting thing. You are an energy conductor also. We're always conducting, and you can conduct it and move it. And it's exciting that you are also that. So you can move energy. You can balance energy, you can manage energy, and you can change the form of energy. You ready? Connect with me online and in person. I do VIP days and teach you how to really experience your energy field. So just like a tuning, just like tuning an instrument, you can tune your own energy. And I cannot wait for you to do that. So let's move on as we go to the next segment. Oh, wait a minute. We have something excited. We have a spotlight moment with the amazing Amy Joy, who will be coming on next week. Here she is with that golden nugget.
Hey friends, I'm Amy Joy, an author, coach, TV host, and retreat facilitator. And my mission is to help liberate people from suffering and light the path to joy and freedom. I'm all about joy in all the ways that we can find it. And I'm so full of joy to be featured on EnergizeUtv with the amazing Angel Marie Monticelli. Thank you, Angel, for creating such a beautiful space to have real conversations that actually light us up. My golden nugget that I would love to share with you right now is this. Gratitude is the rocket ship to joy. Gratitude is the fastest way out of suffering. And all we have to do is be thankful. Our heart beats 100,000 times a day without us having to ask it. Nature's around us everywhere. There's so many things to be grateful for. And gratitude is the rocket ship out. So excited. Thank you, Angel.
Beautiful, beautiful. She'll be on next week. I cannot wait. So go ahead and check her out right now if you would like to see what she does in her retreats and everything. So let's just dive right in right now to the next segment, which is about the energy reset. And when we're doing the resets, important, powerful, because I love these resets. So the clearings and resets, take a deep breath. Ooh, even my guest down in the waiting room, Sarah's even playing with us. Yay, Sarah. I can't wait to hear from her. Breathe with me. Keep your breathing rhythmic in through your nose. You have nose hairs for a reason. So in through your nose and out through slip mouth. There you go. Let's breathe it out. Breathe it out. There you go. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful way to do this. Very much so. So remember something. As you're clearing and cleansing, you take that moment to feel. So you imagine, keep your breath, that you are clearing your energy field and all the negative forces, whoosh, and dissolving any patterns of anger or any of those energies that are in that lower field, so that you were open, right? You were absolutely open to receive the divine messages that we're going to give you today for more wisdom, information, and knowledge. And just absorb this, absorb it in, because it is that powerful from the universe to help you heal, help you to balance, and use this and do it every day, because it will help you take another deep breath, big deep breath. Fabulous, fabulous. And thank you so much for being here. I don't know if I've told you that yet, because I'm excited that you're here and that you have such a beautiful space with me. And as we move to the next segment, and the next segment that we're going to be moving into is the beauty of the Reiki for Life segment. And in that segment, we're going to talk about how self-love, and that you amazing light workers get this, but you know what? It is so often, especially when we're struggling with invisible pain or trauma, that we put ourselves last. We operate on fumes. Yes, you do sometimes. I know you do. Thinking you don't deserve the break, and you really absolutely deserve the break. So this is your time to take that break as you watch this, but also take in those breaths and to realize that you deserve the break, and that to stop and to take those breaths is powerful, and that Reiki is that powerful, because taking the time for yourself is not selfish. It is a foundational. Reiki helps you remember your own inherent worth. So stop and breathe, and please, that self-sabotaging, stop it. I don't want that. You're my friend because you're here, and I don't want that to happen. So this is where Reiki steps into the ultimate act of self-love. Reiki is more than just healing. It is a profound declaration to your entire being that you are worthy of the care. You are worthy of that care. So taking that time. So when you gift yourself a Reiki session, even a 5 minutes on yourself and doing a self, because many of you are Reiki masters, remember to put those in throughout your day. And when you do that, it will help. So hitting that reset really helps, and Reiki can help with the nervous system. And you know what? It quiets the noise, because there's so much noise, isn't there? So connecting and releasing the tension in your body and holding, allowing yourself to just sink in to your feel, to that state of deep relaxation that helps your nervous system. Brilliant. This is peaceful, balanced state. And it's an unconditional acceptance for sure. So this peaceful balance state is when you allow to reconnect to your intuitive. And that's another thing that Sarah's going to bring up is she is an expert with her intuition. So to release and that, to bring that together. So I have created just for you to help to hold and support and be loved. I have made a exclusive offer for you about Reiki distant, over the lines, and in person. So, you know what, I love you that much. So come see me. I've created something beautiful for you so that you can have it. Now, I've never done this before. So I don't do this usually on my TV show, and this is unlike anything I've ever offered. So you don't want to miss it. So connect with me and we'll get you to that energy frequency. And I love this next segment or this next quote. We're going to wait for a second because if you've been thinking about getting certified, I also do that. We have Reiki shares here at my office. So it is brilliant and beautiful. And again, I want to say thank you to everyone here on the line. I see you and I celebrate you. And you know what? Every moment of self-care is a building block for a stronger you. And that's why and we're bringing in Sarah. But you know what? Before we do this, we have to go to a commercial message. But we'll be back after the commercial message to talk about the crystal of the week, which is all about what? Mental clarity and focus. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Traditional business cards are often lost or forgotten. This can lead to missed opportunities and wasted time and money. Java Logics offers a unique solution. Eco-friendly paperless business cards that are easy to update and share. With our QR code, you can share your card with anyone, anytime, anywhere. It's the easiest way to share your details. Interested in getting one? Click on Get Offer and get your own digital business card today.
Thank you, everybody, for being here again. The chat fingers are going. Thank you, Brian. I see you. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. You're so sweet. I so appreciate it. So let's just dive into the next segment, which is about the crystals, because everybody, it's a fave for everyone, is the crystals. So let's dive right in. Take a deep breath. Here we go. So the crystal is the pink tourmaline. Now, this is one of my favorites, is tourmaline. There's many different tourmalines, okay? You have the pink tourmaline, you got the watermelon tourmaline, you got the black tourmaline. I mean, there's a lot of different ones. Here's my black tourmaline. Now, when I do a Reiki session, clearing session, we talk about quantum physics, energy healing. I use this one, and this one I don't put on top of them. That's a little heavy. I actually put this under the table, and this one usually goes on the head. Now, I do a crystal layout, so I use a lot of crystals every now and then. It just depends on the person, because sometimes if a person comes in and they're really heightened and they're new, I don't always use the crystals because it can vibrate so much. I want them to feel their energy, not all these crystals around. I had a Reiki master come in, and he wanted a crystal layout. And he said, I want the big ones. I really want to feel it. So what we did was I would put one crystal, take a deep breath, and he's laying down, and take one crystal, and then I would have him breathe into it, and then until he felt it. Then I put another one, then I put another one. And we had him all the way around. The last one I put was on his third eye. He was like, whoa. So be careful with crystals, okay? Because they have beautiful meanings. They're wonderful. But be careful on how you use them, because you can really fry somebody, or I say Reiki-fy. You can Reiki-fy somebody, and then they're kind of like, whoa. So be careful. So a couple of things about the pink tourmaline before we go into the beautiful Sarah is that it is a frequency high, unconditional love. It helps you to shine. It helps you to release stress, and it also supports the thymus gland, which is the spiritual connection or heart of the immune system. So it fuels emotional bodies. It's like a warm hug. So get one today because it's powerful. And remember that ancient Egypt believed tourmaline traveled the rainbow. Isn't that funny? All right. So before I'm not going to go any further because I'm excited to get with Sarah. So here she is. This is Sarah right here. And she's coming out and she's a transformational mystic. And we're going to welcome her right now. Yay, there she is. Good to see you.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited. Thank you.
You are so welcome. And I'm excited that you're here. And I know who you are and known you and just adore you. But please introduce yourself to everyone.
My name is Sarah Sunshine Garrison. I live here in Sandy, Oregon. It's a small town about 45 minutes outside of Portland. I live on a farm with lots of animals, and I actually have 3 German Shepherds. One of them I'm training to be a service animal. So,
yeah. Oh, wow. I love that. I don't know if you knew that Shine, my dog Shine, she was a service animal.
Yeah. There's just a certain energy that those animals carry. It's amazing.
It's very much so. So let's just dive in because I've been so excited. So, and then I jump up. So let's just dive right into the awesome golden nuggets that this wonderful lady is going to share with us. And so here we go. Let's go to the first question, which is, when your mind gets stuck replaying the same thought, that anxiety looping energy, it's your cue to pause and interrupt the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
I like that quote because it goes into what?
So when we are looping, we get stuck. And if we can create a pattern interrupt to stop that looping, our anxiety just kind of starts melting away. And the thing that stressed us out so much, all of a sudden is gone. So I recommend to my clients all the time when they're in that pattern is to stop. Once you recognize it, stop what you're doing, take a deep breath, say, this thought no longer serves me. And then imagine it going back up to the energy, to creator energy, and then ask that pure love energy just be filled in that space. Not more than 2 or 3 times do you need to do that. And then you can go into the space that gave you anxiety before and you don't have it anymore.
Beautiful. And that's talking about self-love by doing the pattern interrupts, because that's what I call them, pattern interrupts. And I love that because if we take it a little bit further, right? Because you are an expert with human design. How would you relate it to that? Because human design is a big deal. So maybe just tell a little bit about what that is, because maybe the viewers don't know exactly.
Yeah. So human design is a roadmap of how you were designed to be, who you are. So it's based on your birth date, time, and location. So a little bit of astrology, a little bit, but it's more like I Ching, Kabbalah. It's got a bunch of different modalities all mixed up into one, which is really awesome. It's got a chakra system, but it's a 9-centered chakra system instead of a 7-centered. So that's kind of fascinating.
You have the one above.
Yeah, no, it's a whole chart. It looks like a human being, and there's the ones that go down the center, but that you have some on the sides.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's pretty cool looking. What it teaches us is how to shed all of the shoulds that society put on us. And part of that pattern interrupt is about shedding the shoulds. I should have done this. I should have acted like this. I should have been like this. We don't need to be in that space. We don't need to live there. It doesn't need to be part of who we are. So releasing all of that is really important. And human design kind of shows us where most of our shoulds live.
My dad used to say, you're shitting all over yourself, so you're shitting all over yourself. That's what my dad used to say. But I didn't, okay, I apologize, but I don't. So what I love about talking with you is you're so intuitive, and then you bring in that. You have so much sacred self-love and the awakening, and you work with clients to help them to get there, and you use both of those. So I like this quote also. Most people feel like they don't quite fit in, but often that's just them living against their design.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
See, that's the thing, is that going back to the shoulds, society really is trying to tell us, oh, you have to be like this. So I'm going to use a human design that's kind of mainstream, but not so much. 35% of all humans have the human design called a manifesting generator. Oh, that'd be cool if that's you.
I think I am.
Manifesting generators have to do all the things. They have so much energy to do all the things, and they usually have like 5 business ideas going all at once. They have lots of projects behind the scenes. And when they are in their passion space, they don't really sleep much because they're just really enjoying life. 65% of society tells you all to slow down. Pick one thing. Don't do so much. You need to stop being that way. No, I can't. That's not how it works. First of all, my husband's a manifesting generator. I am not. I have had to learn to just let him go. Like, go do your thing. Go do all the things. And when I can't keep up, I just sit down. I'm like, I need a rest. I'm just going to rest here and let you do your thing. When we can start getting into harmony with that, and like, I was trying to keep up with him. I thought there was something wrong with me because I couldn't keep up with him. And when I realized that I'm just not designed to keep up with him, oh my gosh, our relationship even got better because I was able to like stop and be like, nope, go for it. And he has realized too that in his design, it's different. He's no longer trying to slow down for me. So it's a very helpful thing to know your design, because when you start just living in yourself, everything starts to work out. Relationships get easier, your business gets easier, and you don't have to listen to everyone tell you, manifesting generators, to slow down and pick one thing.
Yeah, I know. I hear that. So let's jump back, because I like this from the National Institute of Health. In 2018, a study came out that showed that self-compassion mediates the link between dependency and depression. And the reason I brought that up is because you said relationships, and that's what it's really talking about it. And how does that kind of yourself, being kind to yourself, help you to negate that unhealthy relationship patterns?
Oh man, so many ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great study, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's fabulous study. I mean, it really shows us that when we can accept us as we are, it's a better way of putting this. When we accept ourselves as we are, we stop expecting anyone else to be any different than they are. That's the big thing.
And and the thing is mental. It helps our mental health when we stop, because, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It does. It definitely helps us, because we stop comparing ourselves. We stop thinking, well, that person's better than I am. And we start really just living in like, okay, that's how they're designed. This is how I'm designed. And I can putter along in my energy, and they can just, speed race to the end.
It's so true. But understanding that the being kind, right, to yourself,
mm-hmm.
That's the key. Because I would admit, like 20 years ago, I was going quick, and then at 63 years young now, I'm like, why do I care? But it did take until I was aged and really stepping into that I'm an elder. And I want the viewers to get that.
What's really fascinating? If we could, before we get to an elder, realize this, how much more harmonious society would be if we could just kind of get in that space where, okay, I'm done. I'm done trying to be what everyone else wants me to be. Unfortunately, we keep allowing society to should on us. So living in that, and really, that's why I think, in my opinion, human design is so important. You learn your own roadmap. You learn your things you're good at and you're not so good at. You learn about how you were designed to be. I was going to say should, but it's not a should. It's not a should. We're not going to should on ourselves. But we're designed on how we're designed to be. And it even helps us like in those weird synchronicities. Like there are certain little aspects about myself that I'm like, why do I keep doing this to myself? And then I realize that it's a subconscious space in my human design. And so now that I know that it's in my subconscious space, I'm like, okay, I can work with this. But that's why I feel like if everyone knew their human design, we wouldn't have to wait until we're past the age of 50 to really come into ourselves.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And I love this one too, that you actually is one of your quotes that I've seen that has been in the writing and on social media. Self-love isn't about becoming someone new. It's remembering who you really are.
It's about
Can you tell the viewers, how do they get there? Because we're saying a lot. And I want to say thank you to Joy Book Thomas. Thank you so much. Yeah, should on ourselves. I love, she said she loves that. So, but how do we, that's a great quote, but how do we get there?
There are so many different ways. It's a process. It's about finding out what lights us up, where we can sit, and remembering that we don't have to be everything society makes us be. That's the remembering, is that we can be uniquely ourselves, maybe a little odd. I always consider myself a little odd, or, a little funny, or, whatever it is that you've not felt comfortable with, but understanding your own, like where you're at, suddenly everything gets so much easier.
And give us like one thing that they can do.
As they start to grow into this, oh my goodness. That's when this is moving into my activation space. But once we really come to home to ourselves, then we start realizing all the things we can do. That's where the activations start coming in. Like, I love your energy conducting. I love that. And, we all have some aspect of that within ourselves. Once we come home to ourselves, then we can be like, oh, you know what? I do hear God talking to me, or, I do see this energy flow, and I can start imagining it and moving it around so that it affects other people in a positive way. So, but we have to get past all those layers in order to move into that space for the activations to start happening.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think one of the ways that would be helpful too is every morning I do this. Every morning I look in the mirror and I say, good morning. And I'm really like, good morning. I love you, Angel Marie. That is one way to put that vibrational field of that energy. But every time I look in the mirror, I say, I love you, Angel Marie. So viewers and listeners, I think it's important that we do something, right, that puts us in the field.
Yeah. Every day having any practice. I love that you say I love you every day. I had a client one time that didn't like her knees, and I said, you know what? Because she was having knee problems. I said, you know what? Every day, just say I love you, knees, every day, and just I love you. Thank you for holding me up. After a week, she goes, oh my God, Sarah, my knees don't hurt anymore. Sending that love over and over and over again is what helps us move into that next space. So if there is something you're struggling with, send it love rather than being frustrated with it.
And that's a great one here. Is choosing self-love isn't a destination. It's an internal alignment. And that's what she did. Energy healing is the compass that keeps you pointing towards your soul's truth. That's a good one. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
When we get into alignment with our soul's truth, we start to really embody our purpose in life, in all reality. Our purpose starts to show up. It's almost like the big question when we go through life is, what am I doing here? What's my purpose? As you start to become more in alignment, all of a sudden it just shows up. You're like, oh, this is why I'm here. This is what I'm here to do.
Beautiful. And you say this one sometimes too, and I've seen it, is the greatest awakening is realizing you are the source of love you seek. And that breath work provides the transmission to anchor that realization into your entire being.
Yeah, it does. And every time you practice breath work, it draws more of that energy inward and to you.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And when you work with your clients,
Mm-hmm.
do you have give me you had a client come in and she was here, and I'm assuming just saying she, and then she was here when it was done, like 6 weeks later or a month later. Tell me a story that can help the viewers to be able to step into their self-care and go, that's important.
Oh my goodness. I had a client that was going through some major life issues, and she came to me crying. She's like, I never cry. Now, in human design, there is we have an emotional center and a not emotional center. And hers was not defined. Her emotional center was undefined, which means that a lot of the emotions she was feeling was because of all that chaos outside of herself. So we did a few practices where we grounded in and we let it go. So grounding in, this is where, when I say grounding, I say put your feet on the ground. Not just like envisioning, but like literally go outside barefoot on the ground. So we did a daily practice where we grounded in to really let that flow through her. And it shifted the entire chaos in her life. She was able to step into it with more clarity because she was able to let go of all those emotions, everybody else was putting those emotions on her. And she was able to step away from it and make clear, confident decisions afterwards, to the point where all that chaos slowly started to melt away. And she's like, no, we're going to do it this way. Now we're going to do it this way, rather than having all of that tied up into the decision-making process. So she learned how to trust her inner gut. We also went over with human design, her intuitive decision-making process, her own process, because we all have one, and how to really lean into that and stop questioning it.
And that's the biggest one, isn't it? One of the biggest ones is the not questioning, being able to step back and let it just flow.
Yeah.
We do as humans, right? We want to control everything.
We get too wrapped up in here. We get too much in our head. Our bodies know. Our bodies know what we need to do.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. But because we've been so in our heads, it's about releasing all of that that's in your head and stepping outside in the dirt, grass, rocks, sand, whatever you want to do, is really helpful to release a lot of that inner brain chaos.
Oh, I like that inner brain chaos. And I like how you said that, when you have the vibrational field of the energy, you brought it up to the higher self.
Yeah.
And I think that's the important part too, is to make sure that you're taking the time to raise that energy up there. And this was interesting in U.S. Davis, in a study in 2022, that a large research review found that high self-esteem, of course, part of self-love. I mean, to really is it's more that people have more success in work and school.
Yeah. If you step into a room with confidence, and high self-esteem is a reflection of the confidence that you have. If you can step into that space, you are able to make better decisions for yourself. And you know which ones are right and which ones are wrong. So yeah, having that confidence in yourself, that boosts your self-esteem so that you can get further in life.
Yes. And one of the ways to have more self-esteem and doing this every day, and one of the things that you can do, maybe just one way that we can give the viewers?
Yeah, I'm actually providing in my free gift what I call the fearless activation practice that'll help you bring up your self-esteem. It has, some grounding practices and how to call in that courage and that self-love and that self-care. how to call it back, call your power back, how to really step into that space.
And that's in your free gift?
That's in my free gift, yes.
So we'll just show that free gift right now then.
There we go.
Yes, because it will help you. Because one of the best ways also to just raise that is your posture. And you've heard it before. We've all heard it before. Can we just kind of go into the posture, and I'll just leave the free gift there.
Oh yeah. So if you're sitting like this, you're closed off. You're literally closing yourself off to the world. If you can just sit up a little bit taller, walk a little bit taller, sit up a little bit higher, don't put your hands don't close yourself off, but really just keep your hands at your side. And just the act of sitting up straighter, it's really interesting because when we talk about the normal 7 chakra system, it realigns all the chakras. It allows for the energy to flow. You have, creator energy all the way down to Gaia energy, and vice versa, letting that flow through you properly. It's just amazing how much that allows for that realignment, for that. And when you step into a space, it's funny, I didn't realize it until I started doing the practice regularly. I actually felt taller, and I'm a pretty tall person. It makes
you are. You are tall, but I'm only 5'2".
Yeah.
But yeah.
But hey, you know what? You may gain a whole nother inch. You may be 5'3" after standing up straight for so long.
You never know. And I love this comment on one of the viewers that put on grounding. Good to know, because some people don't really understand about grounding. Yeah. And I really encourage everyone to look into that, because grounding will help you to focus, right? And what else does grounding? Let's go a little bit deeper, and I'm going to show that. So go ahead.
So grounding, not only does it help you with the focus, but it also helps you release any negative energy that you have flowing through you. I really see our bodies as an energy circuit, and we absorb energy all day long, but how are we releasing it? Our shoes nowadays, they have the rubber soles, and there's just no way to let that energy flow out of us. So it's about letting all that go, because I find that when anxiety starts to hit and you start to really, like, the brain starts circling a lot and all of that stuff, just by stepping out and grounding in, a lot of that extra energy that you don't need just starts flowing out of you. It helps you be calmer, helps you be more aligned. It helps you with your better decision making, a lot of things that it can just help bring you back to center, and let go of all of that stress. And I will also say this, there's other ways to ground. You don't just have to go outside. You could do an Epsom salt foot bath. I have a box of rocks under my desk that I use. So any way to kind of just help pull that energy out is really good, because we're absorbing all the energy, our cell phones, other people, the computer across from me right now.
It just is bombarding. It's so true. Mm-hmm. I gave one of my Reiki students, she is a school teacher. They never even get to pee a lot of times. So, so I had her get a plant and put her fingers in the dirt.
Oh, good idea.
But the thing is the plant died. And it wasn't because she wasn't watering, and she didn't water it too much or too little. The energy, because then the kids started putting their hands in it, making fun of her, but it actually killed the plant. So now she has dirt. Like, it's so funny. And the kids are grounded. So
that's awesome.
It's a really good way to do it. So do you have anything else, like, because we're at the end and there's the free gift, and did you want to explain a little bit more about the free gift, or did you finish?
It's a 5-minute activation, a ritual to unlock your own courage. So we talked about that courage, that self-esteem. This is so that you can walk into that space. Like I said, it's only a 5-minute. There's also some journaling prompts to help you really understand. And then, if you're into human design, I also put a little bit about human design in there. So depending on whether you're a generator, a projector, a manifestor, or a reflector, there's a little bit of how you can step into fearless living, how you can step into that confidence with your different human design.
Fabulous, fabulous. And we're going to go really quick on this, is one person is asking, how do you ground when there's cold winter weather outside?
That's where the box of rocks is great. Having something in your house, either be, an Epsom salt foot bath or just a little box of rocks that go under your feet, or a box of sand. Sand works too. Just to put your feet in, that'll help. The Epsom salt foot bath is better because when you're done with it, you can dump it down the drain. Whereas the rocks, they might still hold the energy a little bit.
Yep. And then also you can visualize. Absolutely visualize is always a really good one. Thank you so much for being here. You are amazing. I appreciate it. And we might bring you back for the song at the end. We'll see what happens. Thank you, Sarah, so much for everything. Grab that free gift. You don't want to miss out. And we'll see you maybe in a few. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, did you learn so much from that? The awesomeness of what she had to say. And you know what? We're moving right back into the transmission. And that is one of the faves of many of you that love the transmission of the meditation. It's kind of a meditation, kind of not. So we're going to just jump right into being in this beautiful space. So take a deep breath, everyone, for me. And as you take that big, deep breath, holding that energy and take it out. There you go. Because this is powerful, this personal calibration transmission. Take another deep breath. And let it out. Beautiful, beautiful. And as we do this, remember that this is the alignment, the activate, calibrate, and transmute to seal your strength from the week for the week ahead. So take another deep breath. And breathe it out. And now we're going to ask to remove, release, and let go of any and all energies that no longer serve you. Remove it, release it, let it go. And as you imagine this infinite energy of abundance, great health, removing and the relationships to how you show up and serve, breathe into this energy. And as it's trying to calibrate your energy with my words, feel my words, imagine hearing these words, and it's going down, and the infinite energy healing flowing through you, integrating, activating your highest good. Breathe in, keeping your eyes closed if that serves you, and breathing in your intuitive intelligence. Breathing in that celebration. Breathing in the wellness, the abundance, the enlightenment. Breathing in with that universal energy of that self-love, that self-worth, that self-validation. Breathe that in as I feel this energy coming through. And as you breathe it in, you're connecting to your divine union, to your divine appointment with your higher self, and feeling the soothing waves. Feel this coming through. As you breathe, visualize the infinite energy healing, beautiful relationships, all of the grace, ease, and glory that is happening right now, and asking for that beautiful energy as you hear my voice, but feel my voice. It's not the words. Feel the peaceful waves of this energy. Imagine the universe and its limitless healing. Just it's unfolding for you. You're immersing yourself in these waves of healing, abundance, great relationships, how you show up and serve others, really connect to the humanity. Just absorb this energy, absorbing this pure joy of integrating, activating, and being open to it. I'm so excited that you're open to all of this. So breathing this knowledge in, breathing this trustworthy, breathing this energy alignment. Breathe. Beautiful, beautiful, breathing into this energy frequency. And now take a deep, deep breath. Let it out. Another big deep breath. Visualizing this, visualizing, feeling it, feeling it. Here you go. Let's sit with it for a second. Beautiful. Thank you so much for playing with me, and you can come back to this anytime you want, because this calibration transmission will help you throughout the week, throughout your day, to remind yourself that you are worthy and you are amazing, and I love you, and love and self-love, to always see that in the mirror and saying, I love you, and say your first and middle name. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Take a deep breath and come on back, come on back, come on back to me. Yes, thank you, thank you. Now, I am here every week, and you want to catch the wisdom wave with these amazing guests through all over the world. Every Thursday at 11 o'clock Pacific time. This isn't just a show, it's a movement. It's a global impact. And you know what? Next week, we're going to have the amazing Amy Joy come on. She's an author, TV producer, and host, transformational coach, and retreat facilitator. And we're going to talk about joy. Of course, that's what she talks about, is all about having the joy and the love. And you know what? I want you to get on my calendar, because I want to give you a free gift. So please get on my calendar, use that QR code, or just go to my website, angelmarieshines.com, because I want to give you a free gift so I get to know you. And remember that you are amazing and powerful, and I want to get to know you for the beauty and the love that you are. So remember, your energy is the music of your life. Keep it tuned, keep it flowing, and keep it shining bright. I'll be here just for you every Thursday at 11 o'clock Pacific, bringing you wisdom, energy, and golden nuggets to lift you up from all over the world with my guests. And you, yes, you. I want to know your story. I want your message, because the world needs to hear you. So reach out. I'd love to feature you here on EnergizeUtv. Until next time, keep igniting your energy, activating your joy, and always elevate your abundance. And I love you. Until I get to see you next time, we're going to be singing it out. Until I get to see you next time. And let's bring on the lady after this. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Now, please listen to the words. I wrote this song. I sing this song just for you.
You got ambition, fire and soul. Look within your heart. Let your spirit flow. Ask for what you want. Show 'em what you got. Take it to the top. Don't you ever stop. Shine, shine, shine on. Raise your vibration. Shine, shine, shine on.
You go, girl.